what we could do differently and what we could take forward. So I'm sure he's done that over the winter, and that gold medal has just fueled his desire to make the boat even faster.
So that is Martin Fuchser in the white cap that you can see in the middle of the field. That's the young, impressive Cuban, Pelio Cordova, who is right next to Fuchser. And then next to Pelio Cordova is the Hungarian Balázs Adolf. So, but look at Martin Fuchser. I mean, this man is on a mission. We've barely got the race underway, and he has already put a boat length between himself and the rest of the field, and he is extending his lead even further. I mean, this is a man at the height of his game, Emma Weeks. Look at him go out. You don't go and do this unless you are chock-a-block full of confidence that you've got the ability to pull this off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, everyone can obviously be nervous on the start line, but once he's got the boat running, he clearly feels at home. He knows what he's done has worked in the past, and he's able to unleash that now in this moment, and actually looked really relaxed. He's looking incredibly relaxed on every stroke and still moving that boat forwards. So yeah, a really fantastic example of execution fueled on confidence.
So just running through the field, we have in lane 1, Buragai from Romania. Lane 2, Crespo from Spain. Lane 3, Adam from Germany. Adolf from Hungary in lane 4. Pelio Cordova from Cuba in lane 5. Fuchser, the Olympic champion, in lane 6 from Czechia. His Czechian teammate Rudolf is in lane 7. Duro from Spain in lane 8. And then Plomtel from Canada in lane number 9. But look at this, Martin Fuchser. He's gone out hard. He's blown this race apart, and the rest of the field, now they've got to decide, do they stick with the race plan they took into this race, or do they have to throw that out and start with a different approach, knowing that Fuchser has gone out hard? Now, it's not a final, and all you need to do is finish top 3. So maybe now their goal would be, Emma, just get myself into the final. I'm not going to win this race. I'll let Fuchser go off and win this. I'll just concentrate on finishing 2nd or 3rd, come out tomorrow and start again.
Yeah, I think that's what I'd be doing. I would be thinking on what I can control and what I can then deliver. So being very, very clear on that, and also being very disciplined in not letting what's going on around you impact what you're doing. It could be very tempting to get drawn into a battle or to start panicking that he is, as far ahead as he is. So I think it would be, blinkers on, focusing on what I know would be my ideal race delivery, and really making sure that I nail that on.
So at the moment it is Fuchser first, Daylight second, although Balázs Adolf from Hungary is just starting to make a bit of a move now, trying to bridge that gap between himself and Fuchser. Really interesting race to 3rd. It looks like it might be the Spaniard Crespo up in lane 2 who might be sitting in 3rd, according to our timekeeper, as they cross that stage, the halfway stage of this race. But it is Fuchser still out in front, looking pretty comfortable still. Adolf from Hungary, maybe just pulling back a little bit of water on him, and then a really good race for 3rd. Look at that. That is Crespo from Spain and Adam from Germany battling along for that 3rd spot. And it's pretty important because that will give them a place in the final. And in fact, it looks like maybe it's Crespo who's really coming through now from Spain to challenge for that 3rd spot. So no doubt about our winner, though. Look at him go. He has absolutely blitzed this field. Fuchser first, Adolf second, and Crespo 3rd. They are the 3 that will go straight through to the final. I guess the big surprise is the Cuban is out of the top 3. I think he got blown away very early. Maybe that was one of the tactics of Martin Fuchser, to blow the young Cuban out of the water early on, and he could not match the pace, and he was left in the blocks really. And by the halfway stage, Fuchser had that race wrapped up. Pretty impressive performance from a guy who didn't need to do that, Emma Weeks, but he did it anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I think probably a bit of a learning for the Cuban athlete. Maybe he did try to go with him and couldn't sustain it. So he'll take some learnings from that. But yeah, Fuchser incredibly impressive, and yet again showing why he is the champion that he is, and has got that Paris gold medal tucked away somewhere safe.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome final. Can't wait, because in the next semi-final we're going to see some of the other big names in this sport, including the man who won gold at the Olympics before Paris from Brazil. Always wonderful to see him paddling, so we'll come to that in just a moment, but he's been in very good form today as well. Of course, I'm talking about Ezequias Quares. But there he is, Martin Fuchser. Pretty happy with his result, I'm sure. Yep. Yep.
He looks
Whatever.
happy.
Yep. He does look happy.
He looks like it's another day in the office. Look, job done.
He just loves paddling, Emma. He turns up to all the events. He comes to the Super Cup races. He just loves getting out on the water. And it's good to see guys that put so much into the sport get rewarded.